Hi, I'm Lance Henriksen. You're watching Bryan Lomax Movie Talk. Don't turn it off.
Hello there, welcome to Bryan Lomax Movie Talk and my review of Midsommar, the new film directed by Ari Aster, the director of Hereditary. It stars Florence Pugh, Jack Rayner and Will Poulter. Pugh plays a young woman who suffers a great tragedy at the start of the film, and as a result she goes on a trip with her boyfriend and his friends, something she hadn't quite planned on. If you've seen the trailer, you know what I mean. But yeah, when she goes with these guys on this trip to this strange place in which, yeah, the culture is a little bit different. It's a little bit Wicker Man, shall we say. And yeah, weird stuff starts happening. Now, I've got to say, I was very intrigued by this film, the prospect of it at any rate, simply because of Aster's name being on it. Now, Hereditary isn't a film that I'm probably going to watch again. I didn't like the ending. It was too downbeat for me. But as far as a scary, truly scary film goes, with a lot of atmosphere and all that stuff, and the way it's directed, I'd say it was perfect. You know, the skills that Aster put on display there really showed promise to me. So I went into this really excited with an open mind, although I must say, seeing him deal with this kind of material again, it did set alarm bells ringing. I was a bit worried that he might be a one-trick pony or something like that, because obviously we have a bunch of devil worshippers in Hereditary, and then here we've got kind of like, yeah, pagan, ritualistic kind of culture, so it felt a little bit like we were heading back there, and I hope that Aster does move on from this stuff in the future, even more so after having seen the film, because I've got to say I didn't like it. There are some good things about it, there are some good moments, particularly Florence Pugh. She really impressed me this year in a film called Fighting with My Family, what's still one of my favourite films of the year. And she does a very impressive job here as well, with regards to her performance. If nothing else, go and watch it for her. She does a really fine job, and I think she's going to be one that's going to be sticking around for some time, deservedly so. So yeah, she's great. Will Poulter got a few laughs out of me in this. His character is a bit of a douche, but he's kind of, yeah, he's just, his head's not in the right place, basically, and he says stupid things and does stupid things, but it feels natural. It doesn't feel like, you know, he's kind of forced to be the typical group idiot that you want to get killed off, because that's the stereotype of a horror film. He just feels like a natural character. Most of these characters do feel quite natural in who, you know, in obviously not quite the pagans, because nothing they do is natural, and that's the point. But our core group of friends, they all feel quite real to me. The opening of the film, the first 10 minutes in which we set up Pugh's character, is also very effective. It's really well handled. And there is a couple of scenes throughout the film, one involving a particular ritual that involves the deaths of two people. That is, yeah, that's again very well handled. And there's another couple of moments like that. But that being said, there are huge chunks of this film where I was just bored. This film is far too long for what it needs to be. I feel like Aster is being quite self-indulgent, to be honest, as a director here, whereas with Hereditary he was very efficient. He did exactly what needed to be done. He kept the tension going. The pace was really quite rapid. There was always that sense of build-up, whereas here, like I say, you get whole sections where I just kind of check out. Stuff starts to get interesting, and then it dips off, dovetails, and just kind of goes nowhere for a little while. the rituals, some of the rituals, the behaviour of the people in this village, it's supposed to be creepy, I think, but oftentimes it just comes off as funny, ridiculously funny. And I don't think it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure some people will probably try and convince me otherwise, but there are times in this where I can clearly sense that Aster is going for creepiness, and it just doesn't. It's funny. Unintentionally so, particularly a scene towards the end as well involving one particular character where he's kind of being chased, and yeah, he's on the run, so to speak, in a very peculiar way, and it's not scary, it's not tense, it's just funny. Again, for all the wrong reasons, I think. The daylight doesn't help, and I do think that the film is most effective in its scares and its creepiness when it reverts to shade, which it does do every once in a while. So yeah, daylight clearly not being the place to set a tense horror film. So yeah, disappointing for me, to say the least. Like I say, that the pacing is really the main issue for me. I have no problem with slow films. You know, Blade Runner 2049, one of my favourite films in recent memory. I'm good with slow films, just as long as they're feeding me something that I can engage with. And I felt like this really didn't. And I feel like with Hereditary, the messages that Aster was playing with were quite clear. There were themes there that you could draw out quite easily. Whereas here, I think it's a little bit more scattershot, a little bit more over the place. There is this whole thing with family, and particularly with, as I say, Pugh's character, everything that goes on with her family at the beginning. It's very reflective of a lot of the problems, I guess, with the Western world, with Western culture and the way that families break down, in her extent, to the most extreme degree. And then we go to this bizarre culture, this pagan culture, and even though everything they do is really twisted, they do have this very close-knit kind of sense of family and loyalty to each other. And I feel like Aster is playing with that in some way, and making a commentary on family life. But I feel like what it is he's trying to say is lost somewhere in the mire. I don't think he handles it very, very well. I don't think he draws out those themes very clearly. Certainly not clearly enough for me anyway. So yeah, a big disappointment for me, this one. I wouldn't say I'd give up on Aster at this point, but he's on a rocky road at the minute for me now after this. So yeah, get away from the pagan stuff, get away from the witchcrafty, devil worshipping kind of stuff. Let's see if he can do something else now. Veer away from this. I give this a 2 out of 5. I definitely wouldn't want to watch it again, despite Pugh's really great performance. So yeah, what about you though? Have you seen Midsommar? What did you think about it? Leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, cracking.